Our big push for this series is to start building subscribers. And one of the ways that I believe we can do that best is by to include y'all on a lot of what's going on. So, starting today and ending every Friday for the next couple of weeks, all subscribers will be entered into a random drawing for some of the stuff that we've been getting out of these lockers. See the pinned comment down below and the description. It'll give you a little bit more information on how we plan on doing this subscriber push. And unfortunately, we had our first break in a shipment. Customer sent me these pictures and indicated that 3 out of the 4 plates / bowls were broke.
I'm too old for this.
And good luck doing a claim with the post office, because there's about 90 steps you have to go through and you have to think of them ahead of time. Since at max I was about $11 out, I figure I'll be taking my vengeance back in all free boxes and free packaging materials that they offer to Priority Mail and Express. So, thank you ahead of time, United States Postal Service. Today we're going to be looking at a storage unit that's 5 foot by 10 foot. It came out of Candler, North Carolina. And believe it or not, the cost for it was $10, but it had a $150 cleaning deposit. While we're looking at these pictures, I want to point 2 things out. You see these box looking things in these black bags? Just remember that, because that's going to come in handy once we get closer to the end of the video. Once I kind of started looking at this locker, complete garbage was the only thought that I had in my head, which to all accounts, I was kind of right. Over half of it wound up going to the landfill. But sometimes you got to open up the shell to get to the pearl inside. In other words, this was the miscongeniality of storage units. But on the bright side, there was absolutely no glassware I had to deal with. So I took our middle boy with me, and here's our journey. We're heading over here to Inca to pick up a storage locker we got for $10. Fairly cheap. I imagine the stuff we find in it may end up being garbage, but we're still trying to prove a theory. And he's going to be the brains of the operation. Yeah. Anyway, we're filling up the bottomless tank of this truck, and then we're going to be on the road. Slide over. Is it over already? I'm gonna have to step on that handle. So watch your fingers when you slide it. There you go. Now, oh dear. So we got done with this one. It was a 5x10. There was a ton of trash bags in it, black bags. Not rightly sure what's all in there. Games, some toys, and different things, but we didn't spend a lot of time looking through. We just kind of loaded it up and got going. And although I plan on doing a video on various eBay scams, I wanted to include this one because it dealt specifically with this storage unit. I'd listed the Dragon Ball Z tapes as a complete lot, sold them through auction, and had the buyer contact me. And I'm sure it kind of goes without saying, anytime that a buyer contacts you and they're extremely pushy and borderline bullying, something is up. Someone waits until you have paid for shipping to decide to message you to tell you, hey, that's the wrong address. It's a scam. Look, I'm not going to dox somebody online over this for the sake of doing it. I'm going to block out their name and their address. But these ain't even the same zip code, bruh. And if I had to guess, more than likely it's you and a buddy's got this little scheme running to where the address that you want it shipped to is your buddy's. eBay's pretty specific about as soon as a seller changes a ship address to something that's different than what their buyer's address is, they no longer honor a guarantee. Why? Because the buyer can claim that it never arrived, and eBay is not going to side with you in the dispute. The best thing to do is cancel it, relist it, buy it again, period. However, though, this was not the response he was looking for. Really, dude? A thumbs up? You got caught. Don't be catty. Drop it. Move on. It's as self-destructive as going home, drinking half a gallon of buttermilk, and eating a bunch of chow chow. It's not going to have a good end.